Okay, what's going on, Android lovers? This is Clayton over at AndroidAuthority.com. Today we've got a head-to-head comparison of the Samsung Galaxy S3 and the LG Optimus 4X HD. Now, a lot of people may know that these are two of the hottest quad-core smartphones available right now, so we're just going to pit them head-to-head, show their hardware, software, and then some native apps that conflict. Anyways, the Samsung Galaxy S3 is the GSM unlocked version, and the LG Optimus is hailing from the UK, and it does not have a release date for the US yet. But we're still going to compare these two and show you which one might come out on top. So we'll just go over some of the hardware right now. As far as the LG Optimus 4X HD, we've got a 4.7-inch True HD IPS LCD screen. Now, the liquid crystalline display is arranged in a way that provides an optimal viewing angle, and that's what the IPS means. That stands for in-plane switching. And the Samsung Galaxy S3 is running a Super AMOLED display of 4.8 inches. Now, the resolution is the same on both of these. It's 720 by 1280. And we've got Corning Gorilla Glass 1 on the LG Optimus, and then we've got the Corning Gorilla Glass 2 on the Samsung Galaxy S3. The Samsung Galaxy S3 has 306 pixels per inch, and the LG has 312 pixels per inch. So we're up 6 pixels in favor of the LG. Now, anyways, we've got a 8-megapixel camera on the LG Optimus 4X HD, and we also do on the Samsung Galaxy S3. You can see here on the back, they each have an LED flash. And the speaker on the Samsung Galaxy S3 is right here. Speaker is here on the LG. Now, we've also got front-facing cameras on each of these. The LG is a 1.3 megapixel front-facing with 720p resolution, and the Samsung Galaxy S3 is a 1.9 megapixel camera with 720 video capabilities as well. Now, as far as internals go, we're running an NVIDIA Tegra 3 quad-core processor in the LG. Now, the quad-core in the Tegra 3 also has a 5th core, which is more of a stable core to run your smaller apps, not really graphic intensive. It's clocked at 500 megahertz, just gives you some battery saving. And then in the Samsung Galaxy S3, we have our quad-core 1.4 gigahertz Cortex A9. So we have 1.5 gigahertz versus 1.4. We're going to do a benchmark and just show you which one actually is faster. Anyways, we've got a 2150 milliamp battery inside of the LG Optimus, and we've got a 2100 milliamp battery inside of the Samsung Galaxy S3. So we have about 50 more milliamps on the LG. Not really going to make a difference, but you know, if you're a number cruncher, that might make a difference to you. So if we take a look at both devices, we can basically see that they're just about as thick as each other. They're not, you know, one's not much bigger than the other. We do have our 4.8-inch screen, 4.7, but the LG Optimus is about 8.9 millimeters thick, and the Samsung Galaxy S3 is 8.6 millimeters. So anyways, on the bottom of both of these devices, we have our micro USB. We've got our power button on the right side of the Samsung Galaxy S3, and our power button is on the top of the LG Optimus 4X HD. Our volume toggle is on the left side of both with an up and down rocker. And then the Galaxy S3 has a physical home screen button, as well as 2 capacitive for menu and back. Now the LG Optimus has a capacitive touchscreen on the bottom for home, menu, and back as well. And then our recents are accessed by holding home, as well as on the Samsung Galaxy S3. Now, anyways, we'll just peel the back off both of these because I want to give you guys a good comparison of how strong they actually are. Now, when you take the back off of the LG Optimus 4X HD, you just remove it from the bottom, and we have our device face down. This is a pretty strong backing. It's really not flimsy at all. You know, it's kind of hard to bend. It's very strong. Adds some weight to the device. Makes you feel that the device is pretty stable. And we'll remove the back from the Samsung Galaxy S3, which is a little more difficult. And to be honest, is a little more flimsy once you get it off. As you can see here, this is just some bendy plastic. You know, it's really shiny. It's some flimsy plastic, but you know, it doesn't make much of a difference. As you can see here, we have our internals. Both of these have expandable storage and SIM card slots, and they both weigh basically the exact same. So let's get into some of the software. As you can see, each of these phones has their own intuitive lock screen. The Samsung Galaxy S3 having the natural lock screen, the water drips, and we can just unlock it by swiping it. And then the LG Optimus has a lock screen that you can basically touch anywhere and then open up. So once each device is open, we can see here that on the LG Optimus, we're running our Optimus version 3 user interface, which is the skin that LG puts over the ice cream sandwich operating system. And then we're running our TouchWiz 4.0 interface on the Samsung Galaxy S3, which is the skin that Samsung puts over the operating system of ice cream sandwich. Anyways, we'll just go into our settings on both, show you which version of Android we're running. We go down to our About Phone. And we see on the LG we're running Android 4.0.3, and then on the Samsung Galaxy S3 we're running Android 4.0.4. Okay, so if we go into our app tray on each of these devices, we see that we have some preloaded apps both from LG and then from Samsung, and some of them serve the same functionality. Now, some the Samsung has that the LG doesn't, and some the LG has that the Samsung doesn't, but we'll just go over that here in a minute. Now we have our Samsung Go on the Samsung Galaxy S3, and that compares to the LG Smart World on the LG. Now basically these are both app suites that can suggest apps based upon your preferences and your demographics. Now I had to enter my age and a bit more information on the Samsung Galaxy S3 in order to use the Samsung Go, and then I had to register an account on the LG Smart World. Anyways, we'll go over here, and so we can see that we each have different memo applications. On the LG Optimus 4X HD, we have a memo available in the toggle up here. Of course, we do have our toggles on both of these devices. But up here we have our Quick Memo app, which when we select it, we can draw anywhere on the screen at any time. Just draw, draw, draw. Make a memo to your buddies. But on the Samsung Galaxy S3, I have a widget set up, and we have our S Memo. Now our S Memo is available to use within the app, and it doesn't necessarily allow you to use it at any point, and so that's where the advantage goes to LG. Now we can bring down and also use it in their own respective in-app applications. Anyways, stylus proves handy in these situations, and the LG is very responsive to a stylus, and so is the Samsung Galaxy S3. Okay, so as many of you know, the Samsung Galaxy S3 does have the S Voice app, and that the LG is lacking such an app. Anyways, we can demo the S Voice. Skip all that. Look up the LG Optimus 4X HD. And we'll see that analyze.
Web search of the LG Optimus for text each.
And, you know, it missed a few of the words, but it did search along the general lines of what I was waiting for it to do. Anyways, the LG is lacking that functionality, so it is still advantage Samsung. On our LG, we have our NFC functionality, and we do on the Samsung Galaxy S3, but there's no native app for it. You'll need to download one from the Play Store. But we have our LG tag on the LG with our preloaded NFC tags that come in the box. So both of these do have Android Beam, though, mind you, and we can beam info from one phone to another via NFC chips. Now we'll just compare some of the hardware, such as the camera on each. They both are rocking the 8 megapixel camera, and they both take pretty good pictures. As you can see here, we're just kind of filming our white surface, so you can't really get a good test. But as far as camera speed, it seems like the Galaxy S3 is a little faster. The Galaxy S3 is a little faster, but we basically have the same settings for each. We have our flash, brightness, focus settings. The focus on the LG Optimus is less customizable than it is on the Samsung. Okay, now I know a lot of people want to know which phone is faster, so we're going to be doing a quadrant test right now to show the speeds of each of these phones. Now, for the sake of the quadrant test, we're going to kill all the other running apps, so make sure we do it efficiently as possible, and that we don't have anything creating any lag. So we'll go to our quadrant standard on each device. We'll actually see which one performs a benchmark faster, and then we'll see which one has the better scores. So here we go. Each of these are very fast devices, and they make it through the test extremely fast, faster than the Samsung Galaxy Nexus, and you know, up to par with the HTC One series. Looks like they're both on memory, and they're both on I/O. Looks like the Samsung Galaxy S3 is behind a little bit. I've already got our LG running at 57, 59 frames per second and 60 there. So we've got about the same FPS on each device, and the LG is just a little bit ahead still. Got our planets at 61 frames per second on the LG. And the Samsung Galaxy S3 does look a little more rich in this application. The colors look a little better on the Super AMOLED screen. We will send our benchmark results. And we got 5,019 on the LG Optimus. And we got 5,626 on the Samsung Galaxy S3. So it looks like they both beat out the HTC One X, but the Samsung Galaxy S3 is the victor. Now, we won by about 600 points, and that is, somewhat of a sizable margin, but they're both very, very fast phones. Our CPU on the Galaxy S3 scored 13,395, and our CPU on the LG Optimus scored 12,602. Those are very big scores. These phones are just quad-core giants. A few of the other things to keep in mind is that the Samsung Galaxy S3 already has aftermarket accessories. It's got some batteries out. It's got a lot of cases. There's already a root method. In fact, there's some custom ROMs out for this already. Stay tuned for those on our channel. But the LG Optimus is lacking those as of now. Now, both of these come in different colors. We've got the pebble blue version of the Samsung Galaxy S3 available, and we've got the black version of the LG Optimus 4X. So stay tuned for some more hardware reviews of these phones, some more software overviews, and some more head-to-head comparisons, including both of these phones. So check in next time, guys. Have a good one.